Understanding maximum employment isn't just about numbers, it's about seeing the big picture. While the Federal Reserve has a clear goal of stable prices, the challenge of achieving full employment often feels abstract. But here's where it gets controversial. How do we even define maximum when the economy is constantly changing? Let's break this down. Congress gave the Fed a dual mission: keep prices steady and reach full employment. For inflation, the Fed has a simple rule: target 2% annual price growth. But full employment is trickier. No single number captures it, because factors like job search behavior, demographics, and even technology shape the labor market in ways that aren't easy to measure. So how does the Fed actually determine when the economy is at full employment? In its 2020 statement, the Fed explained that full employment is a broad, evolving goal. It's not a fixed number, but rather a dynamic state influenced by non-monetary factors. This means the Fed can't set a rigid target. Instead, it must assess how far the current unemployment rate is from its natural level. And here's the catch: these assessments are always uncertain, which is why the Fed relies on a wide range of indicators to make decisions. When the economy is near full employment, the unemployment rate aligns with its natural rate, U star. But U star isn't zero. It includes people actively searching for jobs, workers transitioning between roles, and other temporary factors. Plus, U star changes over time. A new tech platform for job listings or shifts in workforce demographics can alter what's considered normal. To estimate U star, economists use statistical models that link unemployment rates, inflation, and other economic variables. A 2023 study explains one such model, which tracks how these factors move together. However, these models have flaws. If inflation stays stable, they might wrongly attribute changes in unemployment to shifts in U star, even when other factors are at play. Take the pandemic as an example. Unemployment spiked to 14%, but no deflation happened. Models concluded that U star must have risen sharply. Yet many argue that such a sudden jump in the natural rate seems unlikely. This highlights a key debate. How much can we trust these models when the economy is undergoing rapid change? An alternative approach focuses on what happens at the end of economic expansions. If unemployment consistently falls to a similar level after each recovery, that could signal full employment. For instance, after the 2001, 2009, and 2020 recessions, unemployment peaked at 6%, 10%, and 15% respectively, then stabilized around 3.5% to 4.5%. This range could serve as a benchmark for policymakers. But wait, this method ignores inflation data, which is a big difference from traditional approaches. That means it might detect full employment without worrying about inflationary pressures. For example, after the 2008 crisis, the labor market looked close to full employment, but there was no inflation. This suggests that the economy might have reached full employment without triggering price increases. Now, what about fairness? Does full employment apply equally to everyone? The Fed says yes, but reality shows differences. For instance, men were hit harder by the 2008 crash, while women faced bigger hits during the pandemic. Yet both groups eventually reached similar unemployment levels. However, education plays a role. Less educated workers take longer to recover from downturns. This means policymakers might need to watch these groups more closely to ensure full employment is truly inclusive. So, how do we know if the economy is at full employment? The Fed uses multiple tools, but this new method offers a simpler way. By tracking how unemployment settles after expansions, we can get a clearer picture of whether the economy is balanced. The key takeaway? Full employment isn't just about low unemployment. It's about stability, fairness, and long-term resilience. What do you think? Should policymakers prioritize certain groups more than others? Share your thoughts in the comments below.